Hi guys, Ben here for another Whisky Geek review, and today I am looking at the Aberlour 12-year-old double cask matured. Now this is a whisky that I have had on the shelves for quite a while. This is one that I picked up fairly early on in my journey, back when I thought that this and the Balvenie 12-year-old were kind of the pinnacle. They were the premium whiskies, back when I was buying whiskies mostly in supermarkets. And when you have the limited selection of, let's say, 40 odd whiskies available, they are touching the high end of the scale. This sounds kind of patronizing, I don't mean it that way. Just if you've picked these up and you're thinking the same thing, let me tell you that you are only just breaking the tip of the iceberg. This is a perfectly reasonable whiskey, and I've had it in comparisons, I've had it in blinds, and it holds its own, but it's somewhat cynically presented, and there is so much more out there to explore, so much more rich, complex, enjoyable whiskies to explore. And I also learned what the word Sassenach means because of my terrible pronunciation of Aberlour in front of a Scotsman. He laughed and corrected me. So this 12-year-old expression, like I touched on earlier, is a touch cynically presented. 40% ABV. The owning group, Pernod Ricard, are known for chill filtering, for synthetic colouring, E150A. But the double cask maturation, that comes from a proportion of the whisky being matured in traditional oak and a portion of it being in sherry oak casks, and they're then married together. So I have this shade of gold down as a 7 or ice fine. Straight away I'm getting something like a Demerara sugar. It's not a very deep, dark sugar, but there is a sweetness. Touch of raisins. And then this alcohol tone begins to come through, and it's married with a fruitiness which is making me think of strawberry cough syrup. As it's opening up, there's something quite green and herbal, and then there's peaches which are tied in with a confectionery sweetness. It reminds me of those peach penny sweets we used to get. There's a chili powder prickle and some drying oak, but it's opening, settling on green malt with a biscuity cereal element and some tangerine. So onto the palate. It's a touch sour, green, with a prickle, kind of a ginger prickle. It's certainly, the sweetness has subsided, and it's more on the tannins end of the spectrum and the herbal end of the spectrum. There is a biscuity cereal backing everything up, and still a hint of fruitiness to it, but most of those kind of sherried, dark sugary elements, or even the spicy elements, have gone on the palate. On the finish, I'm finding more drying oak, that chili powder prickle again, and there's that sourness and the tannins bringing a soft bitterness that is just lingering on. So I've rated this one a 68%. I find it's a touch thin, a little too easy, but that probably speaks to its intended audience. At 40% supermarket shelves, it's not really meant to be engaging in the way that I perhaps would like it. So I'm really looking forward to getting into the Aberlour Casganum and the Abunna, both of which I've got on the shelves, because I feel like they are going to be a better entry point, a better exploration for me into the distillery, rather than their entry points, oddly enough. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little whiskey review. If you have, please do like, comment, subscribe. It means a lot to me, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Cheers.